Hello, my name is Brandon Hatt for SRA 311, and this is my presentation on the hidden dangers for security context. Now, this security context will follow the protocols of copiers and printers for a business firm, and it will follow this business firm as copier and printers have hard drives on their systems that not many people are aware of, that keep saved files of all the documents and pieces of paper that are scanned and printed through them, regardless of its sensitivity or nature. Now, with this security context, it would be an A and P with T security context, meaning the asset and protector are connected, with the T not directly connected but still present. The asset of this context will be the information on the copiers and printers that most people are not aware of even exist. The protector of this context would be those officials and security measures that are made to make sure this information does not get in the wrong hands. And the threat of this security context that is not directly imminent but entirely possible is the information on these devices to get into the wrong hands, whether by unintended measures or malicious intent. There are many possible risk scenarios for this security context, but there are three major possibilities. The first and basic is the offenders obtain the printer, whether it's finding them at a recycled location or even buying a printer off of the firm without the firm's full knowledge, gaining the hard drive, and then obtaining the data on it. The second security context with this digital age we are in today is being able to access the copier or printer remotely and being able to hack into the hard drive and access documents that are saved onto it. The third major risk scenario is through bribe and blackmail of the employees of the firm, and the employees getting their hands on the hard drive and copying or even handing over the hard drive entirely to those that they are reporting to. This possible security context, with its possibilities, there are high measures and low measures. For example, risk scenario 1 would be the most likely, as a lot of people treat copiers and printers with low security measures and don't even think twice about having a hard drive with all of the information it printed. The second scenario, it is very likely, but at the same time, today's age, we have many safeguards to being remotely hacked, especially towards a copier and printer, but that would also imply that they are aware of this, which many are not, giving a lower security to the copiers and printers. And the final scenario, it is very unlikely for employees to be bribed or blackmailed to turn on their own firm. But while it is the least likely, it can also be the most damaging. For the consequences of the likelihoods of these possible risks, there are many business implications that could happen. For example, if this business firm contained very vital information of how they go about their business, whether it be legal or illegal, it could result in large stock drops or employees getting fired, employees leaving from learning the truth. People could stop using this business firm and their money systems could drop dramatically. And even farther into it, if it is that devastating, the entire economy could be at risk, as if certain information is to get out, people can make very precise moves in our economy, altering the money flow and creating a devastating long-term effect. There are many measures that can be taken to prevent the information on these devices from getting out. the first security context is to simply wipe the hard drives on the copiers and printers before they are recycled or sold, or even removing the hard drives entirely to make sure the information never gets in the wrong hands. Destroying them would be the optimal choice. For the wireless networks, make sure that the networks are secure and isolated from the outside. If people simply need to be near it, then security measures will need to be taken, passwords, and monitoring stations to make sure that no unauthorized access is made. And for employees, limiting of what advanced options an employee can use will need to be implemented, with also monitoring systems to make sure that there is no unauthorized access, and even those that are authorized to be monitored to make sure that they are not accessing areas that they shouldn't. For the security context, many people are unaware of the hidden dangers. But this is why we create security contexts, as they open our eyes to possible risks that could happen, and for us to make the proper measure in assessing them, managing them, and then finally being able to prevent them and mitigate them from being as damaging as they could be.